Hi everyone, it's Mike with Crane Realty. We're at the start of a new month here in September. Hopefully all of you are out there enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having in the Rochester and Finger Lakes area. It's a time that we get to reflect on the previous month's inventory now that the month of August 2023 has finished. So we get to see where our market with regard to real estate is trending, the amount of new listings hitting the market, what that means if you're a buyer or a seller. So without much delay, let's get right into the numbers and take a look and see what things look like. So we're going to be looking at the past 5 years, taking a look at new listings, and we're going to be looking, like I said, in a month view, taking a look specifically at Ontario County. That's where our home base is. A pretty good reflection of both the surrounding counties as well regarding Rochester and other Finger Lakes areas. If we were to look at it via a chart, this is what the last 5 years would be. These spikes, that's the summer months, and then the decline headed into winter, and then the picking up rather on the right-hand side of each peak, that would be springtime. So you could see right here on the far right, this is the year that we're reflected in right now, the jaggedy line going up through spring. We had a very inconsistent spring, and then with regard to getting into summertime, you could see that line just above that small peak to the far right. We didn't even break 200 listings. So with regard to having that happen once in the month, for one of the months that we've had here, 2023, a significantly low year to have for new listings hitting the market. You can see in previous years hitting at least 1 month hitting over 300 new listings in Ontario County. That was something that was kind of a consistent thing. And then since after 2018 into 19, then we hit into COVID. We all know what happened in 2020. And then we've been on this downward trajectory. Frankly, this year, 2023, it's basically been people either moving out of state, estates, right? So somebody passes, somebody is inheriting the property and selling that way. There has not been a whole lot of people saying, well, the family's getting bigger, we're looking to move out of our starter home into something larger. That has not been the common thread that we've seen typically in previous years. Looking at data, we can actually put some hard numbers to this. So the past month, 183. Month before that, July, was 186. And then in June, 178. Basically, we've hit summertime and it's really just plateaued. So again, I don't think that we're going to be able to break north of 200. We kind of hit our spike kind of surprisingly in the month of May. And then since then we've been scratching close to that, but now that we're entering into September and then into October, as you can see by the previous years, that will begin to decline. So if you're a buyer out there, the odds of you seeing more properties, that's going to diminish. The nice thing is, for a lot of buyers, I do know that this is kind of the quitting season for a certain buyer pool. If they were looking to be in a certain school district or what have you, a lot of them are throwing in the towel, have already signed new leases. So maybe, even though there's not new properties that are going to help, maybe decreasing the buyer pool, that might be something that might help some buyers out there. And I always encourage, especially as we enter going into the holiday season, really keep your foot on the gas, as so many people say, hey, let's call it quits. Let's just pick this up in January or February. They are not alone. So many people say that, do that, and they miss a lot of really good opportunities. Like I mentioned before, people do sell properties in those winter months, in those holiday months. Maybe it's not by choice. Like I said, estates and certain circumstances has caused them to forced to be putting the property onto the market earlier than expected. And as a buyer, you might find a really good opportunity. So hopefully this video was really informative. If it was, click that thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future content coming out as we unroll new videos each and every week. Again, I'm Mike with Crane Realty, and I hope to hear from you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.